for Dr. Samura Kamara for seeing reason why we all for work towards winning the future election. And about whether he is qualified for the candidature, it is left with the interpretation of by the lawyers. Right? That 2 terms we talk about now during the old constitution.
Yeah.
Well, the new term, whether he qualifies to operate under the new constitution is dumb, but that can be interpreted.
Yeah.
It's just possible that he can contest again. But again, you look at the emotional aspect of it, there are too many candidates. Dr. Samura has contested 2 times. So which we will do now? But the bottom line is we, the elders, want a discussion with Dr. Samura Kamara. We want to make you tell me quite frankly about the way forward. Make we find a way how we resolve this matter.
All right, guys. So thank you for joining me, by the way. But I wanted you to listen to this. You see, this man that you guys are seeing here, he was a former member of parliament. He was a minister of information under Ernest Bai Koroma's regime. You know, these people have over the years, actually, superintended, over the destruction of our democracy in Sierra Leone. This is him when he was in parliament. Excuse me, just sleeping. That's all they do. You check his constituency, there's nothing there to show. IB Kargbo. But so these are the people that cannot stand up to defend the democracy of Sierra Leone at this point in time. And these are the people that are telling us about 2028 moving forward. And these are the individuals that, superintend again, like over the rebel war. This man saw the brutal rebel war. These are the people that actually facilitated and connived and caused the rebel war for one reason or the other, because they were not doing what they were supposed to do. So this is him, sleeping in parliament as a member of parliament. They had nothing to do. Go check his constituency. There's no bill that this man would have passed in parliament that is substantial or that has improved or changed the lives of Sierra Leoneans. And now he's sitting there talking about Dr. Samura Kamara, when on numerous occasions, Dr. Samura Kamara has made it very clear that 2028 is not even his agenda and he's not even thinking about it. And you don't listen to this man talking about other candidates, talking about Dr. Samura Kamara's candidature for the next elections. The man has said repeatedly, 2028 is not something I'm even talking about. So in the Camp Naya African we say they want a conversation with Dr. Samura Kamara. They are blatantly disrespecting and dishonoring the man's wishes. The man has made it very clear that he's going to stand up to defend the democracy in Sierra Leone. But these people acting on their selfish desires, are looking at the elections of June 24, 2023. This is not all over. We get picking them, grand picking them, great grand picking them, and then great grand picking them if we not take them. But these people only care about themselves and not even their generations yet unborn. Because if you care about your generations yet unborn, what you would be doing is to protect and preserve the legacy of our country. To say that as Sierra Leoneans, let us come together and say we should not accept a situation where we have elections and the results are not announced. But this is IB Kargbo. This is what they do when he was in parliament, just sleeping. This is all they do. They don't take the people of Sierra Leone seriously. They have no respect for the people of Sierra Leone. So this is why I wanted to present this to you so you guys can listen. But without much ado, let us come to this and listen to Dr. Samura Kamara. When we did the interview we did, about a couple of months ago. I want us to listen to this real quick and listen to Dr. Samura Kamara here.
That rerun election.
I know whatever now, but yes, I know say pressure day because of the expectations, because of the suffering. Because of the suffering.
Yes.
I think the people, when they come vote, they not be expect this at all.
No,
what happen to them.
No.
Don't expect so. So, with the hope say, God will right the wrong. God will right our wrong. I think say no go take again by the grace of God.
Amen.
Let's have that. Look at that faith.
Amen.
I will continue for the talk to them now regularly.
Thank you.
Any development where they take, I'll report to them.
Thank you.
Yes. I will report. Let them know what's happening.
Doc, Ibrahim, Doc, I must say thank you very much, because I know no matter what you get for do, the naysayers are going to twist things around. But you see, we are here for stand as a voice. And I don't want to kind of I cannot but ask this question to you.
Yes, please.
What is the relationship, even though it don't matter now, because for me, my focus here is the fight for democracy.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't want to make this about, so I catch they go so with this particular point here for the purposes of this live. But like I said, I wanted to share with you all, let's listen to this IB Kargbo interview in full and then take it from there. But like I said, this is the man. These are the people that we have. Look at him, sleeping in parliament, not doing anything for the people of that nation. But this is what we have. These guys want us to move and not even talk about the elections of June 24, 2023, where up till this day, we don't have the disaggregated data published by ECSL. You can don't take my word for it. Check the ECSL's website, the Electoral Commissions of Sierra Leone's website. You will see there, all they showed us was the bulk figure. This candidate has 1.5 million. Check other countries. Check Senegal. Check Liberia. Check Ghana's Electoral Commission's website. You will see what I'm saying when we talk about disaggregated data, right? That is how you show the results of an elections. Polling station for polling station. But that is not the case in Sierra Leone. We don't have the data. The international community made it very clear. There's no transparency in tabulation of the results of the elections. They don't have the data. Hence the reason why we continue to say we are not going to tolerate this. But people like IB Kargbo, this old Ed, what they're doing, because he's on his way out, they don't care about what legacy they'll leave behind. Because it's all about themselves. They don't care about the country. They don't care about the past that we have, the brutal rebel war. So we are going to listen to IB Kargbo together real quick. And let's see where he's going with this.
The issue of Dr. Sabakawa is, like you mentioned, is something very well. What it's critical to take is that Dr. Sabakawa is in for the push for electoral justice, and we believe like you mentioned, is going to take over from President Julius Madabio. As president, within the President Julius Madabio, while in governance, and at a certain time, certain members of the Samoa Kama, electoral justice team believe, say, like the next 2 weeks or so, Dr. Samoa Kama will be, installed off as the president of the Republic of Sierra Leone. But the party don't believe now, say the election is over now, putting structure in place, for mid of 2028.
And I must talk about the disingenuousness of these so-called journalists that we have in Sierra Leone, because these guys are not journalists at all. These, when you look at this guy, basically, they have to survive. They have to eat, and the only means of them eating is through organizations like the AYVs, so they're not doing what they're supposed to do as journalists. These guys don't have an opinions of their own. They're not Chris. Come now and conversate and have a discussion about the fact that, hey, my opinion is the fact that we don't have the disaggregated data. This Bobo would never say anything like that. This is how disingenuous these guys are. But that's Africa for us. That is what we have. But when it was APC in power, because they were free, if this guy was probably, I'm sure he was a child then, wasn't working there, but they would have been free to do and say whatever they want to say. But because there's a tyrant in power, and of course, he would lose his job at AYV, and that would be the end of his livelihood because, hey, there's nothing else this guy could do, So what they do is they become very disingenuous. You listen to the way he asks the questions. They're actually like it's putting words in the mouth of the guests because, again, they're all on the same playbook. They're all on the same page. So let's listen to how IB Kargbo answers this question about Dr. Samura Kamara. And, this guy is insinuating, they've been given timelines. Nobody has been given timelines. There is not one time Dr. Samura Kamara come and said, July or April 27, I'll be reinstated. No. There's not one time. If anything, is telling us that it's going to happen. It would happen because we know there's this ongoing political transition. They cannot deny this fact. It is there. Yes, Dr. Samura Kamara has not opened up about what is actually happening, and we understand that. But the fact of the matter is this. We know something is happening. Madabio is illegitimate. World Bank has withdrawn their funds. IMF, all these organizations are not working with this man. The country is becoming tougher and tougher every day because they want this man out. But he's holding on to power to try to create chaos. But these journalists are very, 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 very unpatriotic, these boys, these ones. But let's listen to IB Kargbo.
And is it that Dr. Samoa Kamara seemed for devaluing the party structure, one for getting in a way and say, okay, if the party not supports me on this process, I can for do it out the party as well. Is that a situation?
Well, we are not.
You see, so that's the insinuation. Dr. Samoa Kamara is trying to get his own way. You see how they framing questioning, you see how they put up. Instead of saying, hey, Dr. Samar Kamara has a point here. The fact is the elections results has not been announced. So why is it that the party will not come and join hands with him to fight for the electoral results of the June 24, 2023 elections? They would not frame the questions like that. Instead, they would frame it to suit the narrative of the state, because again, Sierra Leone is a captured state. These journalists, I don't even call them journalists. These are not journalists. These are just some boys on the bread line looking for something to eat and a place to have food. That's what it is. They don't have, without AIV, there's nothing else this one would be doing. I don't think there's anything else, because that's a society. And I don't blame him for that as far as not having something to do. The state is failed. 70% of the population today are unemployed. So if this guy gets some place like this AYV to have something to put bread on his table, so he's going to play by the state's tunes. That is what they're doing, because it's a state orchestrated and state operated station. That's what he's going to do. But let's listen to what IB Kargbo for say about this.
We will get to that point date. Now, what Dr. Samar Kamara is doing is expressing his rights, fundamental rights as a citizen of Sierra Leone. Expressing his views, expressing his rights, associating with people he wants to associate with. So we cannot default him. Because that in itself does not affect the party at all. But again,
you know, they're making this mistake about what they're doing to the APC as a political party itself. It is people like IB Kargbo, they don't take salon people and say they are supporting blindly. I like you put goat na the party because the party na APC, the people will support them. That is what they've taken. They've taken the people of Sierra Leone for granted. But there's going to be a rude awakening in not too long, you know, not too long. It's going to be a rude awakening for these guys to understand that the people of Sierra Leone understand that when you vote your elections, the results should be tabulated and it should be shown. It should be clear for them to know who won. They will not register for a political party that cannot defend their votes. They will not vote for a political party that will not defend their votes. People like IB Kargbo, they're still clustered in the 1960s, 1970s. This man has not caught up with the times that we're in now, 2025. They have not felt the power of the people yet. So he does not understand. He's probably not a social media person. He does not know what is actually happening. He has an idea of what's happening, but he does not understand the enormosity and the power of social media and people like myself that come here and speak practically to the situations in that nation. IB Kargbo ought to be ashamed of himself. But let's listen to what he has to say. Then they underestimate the power of the people. But democracy is the power of the people, for the people and by the people. And as Section 5, subsection 2A says, sovereignty belongs to the people. Through this constitution, the government derives its legitimacy, its authority, and its power from the people. These guys are about to feel it. But we're still hopeful and we're waiting because we know Dr. Samar Kamara promised us that he's going to come back and talk to us if he gets tired. We know that for a fact. So we know it's just a matter of time.
Now,
all right, let's continue to listen.
We come to the conclusion that he's still a member of our party, and we need his participation, we need his support, and we need for him to make him be part of the party. So this is it. So we no one for me to get any.
Dr. Samar Kamara is not worried about him being part of the party. He's APC. Nothing has changed. He's still APC. But the difference with you and Dr. Samar Kamara, it is the fact that he has not moved on. He believes in democracy. He's a very honest fellow. It's not like you have no values, you have nothing to stand for, IB Kargbo. You have no integrity, you have no dignity. Dr. Samar Kamara has integrity, he gets dignity. He believes in democracy, believes in the rights of the people. He's there to preserve and protect the voices of the majority, the millions of Sierra Leoneans that woke up 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. to go and vote. And they stayed in line and they counted those votes. They were standing by the windows, counting the votes. Those are the people that Dr. Samar Kamara stand with. That is the difference with you and Samar Kamara. He's not thinking about moving forward. He is thinking about the fact that we cannot have an elections and the results are not available. So he's standing up to preserve and protect democracy. And history is going to judge him very well. Whilst you'll be gone and dead, what we'll be doing is spitting in your grave. That's what people will be doing to people like you. Because you're a disgrace and you're a shame. They have no respect for you. But when we're telling you guys these things, you don't understand. You're still bottled up in your 60s mentality and your 70s mentality. Let's continue to listen to this.
Angry approach to the issue. In fact, the reason why the Elders Council insists on this reason, on this meeting with Dr. Samuel Akoma is that we lower the tempers in the first instance. We don't lower tempers, then find the way forward.
You know, he's talking about the Elders Council. Also, the Elders Council sit down today, where themselves not come out and condemn and actually hold. But he's going to get there where he's talking about themselves believe in electoral justice because they want for pacify we. He's trying to pacify some of us. But the Elders Council, where is this statement? What is their position? Have they asked for the results of the June 24, 2023 elections? The answer is no. So, Elder Council, what do you want to talk to Dr. Samuel Akoma about? He has made his points very clear. He's made it very known. Everything he says, he has made it very, very clear. So what is the point here? Let's listen to Dr. Samuel Akoma. Let's listen to him.
Time frame. They gave the people of Sierra Leone time frame. Everybody was expecting this time frame. It came, it passed. Nobody, today, nobody not talk to the people of Sierra Leone. I think we owe it, the ECOWAS owe it to the people of Sierra Leone to come back and engage them.
Let's go back.
To say, that's all we say, but for one reason or the other, we delay, we're not able to do this now, but we are coming back. But I'm hoping, I hear the next summit would be the middle of December. Sometime, then we'll come back and make another pronouncement and come back to the people. But whether they do that or not, I think ECOWAS, as our regional institution, they have a responsibility.
Thank you.
To see that the thrives in Sierra Leone.
Thank you. Dr. Samuel,
very well doing it.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Doc, doing it.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Doc, what do you say? What you go say? We parliamentarians, still the parliament, we councillors, they still the they allow the government for function, and where they give them legitimacy. What do you say to that? Because ECOWAS, I make ECOWAS say, the country switch. Whether they can mix it again. We left Dr. Samuel Akoma. We don't mix this game on. In parliament, the parliamentarian and in party, the councillor, and what did Dr. Samuel Akoma talk? Doc, talk to me.
This one, I hope common sense will prevail. I hope a better sense of responsibility, national responsibility could prevail.
Okay.
Because you cannot be a parliamentarian and you not work with the whims and caprices of people that we represent in parliament.
Thank you.
In Sierra Leone today, we know exactly the mood of the people. We know what they want. We gave it. We allowed you to go to parliament. We allow you to take positions in those various seats, not so?
Yes.
We don't complain. Even the implementation of the Agreement for National Unity, today, with the panel. A roadmap, the national roadmap was given. It was being challenged. The steering committee was formed. The party will challenge her. You understand?
Yes, sir.
I think under normal circumstances, what do you expect? We say, look, we cannot be at it anymore.
No.
Let's go back to the drawing board. Let's go back to the drawing board. And force another dialogue. This time only for 2023, June.
Absolutely.
June 2023 elections.
The rerun of that election.
That elephant was never addressed.
No.
That elephant was never addressed. It's still there. If they're not addressed, and another one day I make you, I think the people they're not happy, we have a right to go and support the people. We should work with the people.
Okay.
So as I say, I really hope common sense will prevail.
Thank you.
Common sense will prevail in moving forward.
Absolutely. Doc, you see, because again, maybe let me twist to like you strength, Naya, and I think you know all about this. And waiting salon people in the field for realize that the fact that failing to restore democracy would affect, like, the country economically. There is no way we will able to grow as a nation if we're not able kind of like restore and fight for this democracy. And Ibrahim asked the question about ECOWAS. And not only ECOWAS, like our moral guarantors. Like you talk about the US. Going back a few months ago, the US ambassador made mention of how not all of the parties not get a result, which again, I think it wasn't fair on the APC because you as APC gonna produce results, 71% of the RRF. And people should know that if those documents that you presented on that report was like something where like it wasn't a
Falsified.
verified document, you could be in hot waters because it's wrong for you to do that. So it means those documents that you presented on that report, they were verified and authentic.
The RRF
And
forms.
the RRF
Yes.
forms, which is obviously is the proof. But if the results are not available, and like the US, the UK, the European Union, and the AU, the ECOWAS, and all these things, like what you just talked, so the ECOWAS supposed for and when you look at like the region, they self-talk. Like I remember, like the military conference you talk about, where they reference to, they made mention about say the need for secure, then consider.
Okay, hold that thought. I'm going to bring you back to this Kashi question to this man. Let's listen to IB Kargbo now. IB answer this question. Listen to this.
Because we are going to contest an election in 2028, but 2028 without Samura Kamara, will look too well because you look at say we dump him, we got rid of.
No, 2028 it's not something the people of Sierra Leone are thinking about. Listen, IB Kargbo, you guys have killed democracy so much to the point there is no confidence anymore. Our people have no trust in the system itself anymore. Democracy is dead in Sierra Leone. There is voter apathy. People now know that you're wasting their time to vote. IB Kargbo, these are the realities I'm telling you guys. But you guys are playing with our intelligence. You're insulting our intelligence because you guys have gotten away with so much stuff over the years. So you think you're going to continue getting away with all of that stuff. No, now there is social media. There is voter education. There is WhatsApp. We're using it very effectively. There is no way a political party that cannot defend its votes and its victory would be a party that people would vote for anymore. APC is dead on arrival. Dr. Samura Kamara does not need APC. If anything, APC needs Dr. Samura Kamara. And that should be the focus, and that should be what you guys are thinking about. So you even thinking about dumping Dr. Samura Kamara, that's not even something that worries the voters of Sierra Leone about you guys going ahead with the elections without, you are going to go ahead with your 2020 elections without Dr. Samura Kamara. I can assure you guys that for free. But I'm telling you that the APC that you know is not the same APC. And the people are not going to blindly support the APC party anymore because they just want to get rid of SLPP. No, it's going to the point where, you know what? The people are going to say, enough is enough. Let's just coast. Let's see what happens. But I'm not going to vote for a political party that even if they win the elections, they will not defend the victory of the elections. IB Kargbo, you ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Listen to this.
No, we do not want that to happen. This is a party that belongs to everybody. And Dr. Samura Kamara himself knows that.
Yeah, Dr. Samura Kamara knows. Dr. Samura Kamara knows that this party belongs to everybody. That is why he's not being selfish. He's taking a position to say, this is not about Samura Kamara. This is about the fate of Sierra Leone. This is about the destiny of Sierra Leone. This is about what the people want. IB Kargbo, but you are sitting there. You sit there advocating on your behalf. Not on behalf of Sierra Leone. Not on behalf of APC. Dr. Samura Kamara is not advocating for APC. He's standing up for Sierra Leone's democracy. He's standing up to protect the good name of Sierra Leone. If anything, he's a patriot to Sierra Leone because he cares about our good name and our reputation. Today, we have a terrible reputation in Sierra Leone. We have a drug lord sitting in that country, IB Kargbo. You cannot even talk about that. Boleos is dating Marabio's daughter. You know these things, but you will not talk about that. Those are things, those areas you guys will not even dare to go to. Right? Those are the things that people are worried about. Not you coming here to talk about Dr. Samura Kamara because he does not care about you guys. He knows you guys have betrayed him a long time ago. You've sold out, IB Kargbo. So it's not about Dr. Samura Kamara. This is the mistake you guys are making. You are coming here propagating on behalf of APC. No, this problem is bigger than just APC. It's about Sierra Leone. Dr. Samura Kamara stands for Sierra Leone and he's going to protect Sierra Leone's democracy and its image and its reputation. This is what this fight is about. That is why people like us are with Dr. Samura Kamara, because it's about Sierra Leone. It's about being nationalistic. It's about being patriotic to your country, to stand in the middle and say, no, I'm not going to conform to everybody else. We are asking for the result. There is an ongoing political transition. You guys don't even believe in that. but we are waiting because Dr. Samara Kumar told us that if he gets tired, he's going to let us know. Let's listen to this man.
And some of us will not sit down and make anybody seize advantage, Param, because some
you don't have to. Nobody's going to seize advantage on Dr. Samara Kumar. You cannot defend him. You don't have what it takes to protect him. It does not need you to protect him. Dr. Samara Kumar don't need you, IB Kargbo, for protector. No, nobody can take advantage of Dr. Samara Kumar. Actually, if he wants, he's the one who can take advantage over you guys. I promise you, IB Kargbo, Dr. Samara Kumar can make one statement against you. If it has any connotation of negativity, it would bounce very heavily on you. But this man has refused to talk to any of you guys. He has never come out publicly and addressed none of you. He's been very generic in his approach to the situation, been calling you guys to join him to fight, to salvage and save the democracy. You have refused, IB Kargbo. You have refused to join the bandwagon of the man. There is nothing to talk about in secrecy, in quiet meetings with elders. There is nothing, IB Kargbo. You guys are deliberately trying to, you're deliberately trying to miss the point. You understand exactly the man's position. The man does not hide. His position is not hidden. It is open. You all know that his position at this point is that he should be reinstated as the president, as the winner of the June 24th, 2023 elections. But people like you are circumventing and subverting the process. Because I don't know what you sold. I don't know what Madabio did to you guys. But as old as you are, with your head bald and gray, your senses gone, your brains are fried, and you're still stuck up in your 60s and 70s mentality, and you think you can continue to misuse and abuse the intelligence of the people of Sierra Leone. That is what is affecting you guys. Well, let's listen to this.
We sat in the same school, the same class. We grew up together. Me, Inyabas, we went to the same school. We grew up together. And we hobnobbed in the other years, in our younger days. We are great friends. I would love to have Sabara Kamara as president of Sierra Leone.
No, you would not love to have him as president. He is the president. He won the elections. And for somebody that you sat in class with, you should be proud of Dr. Samara Kamara's stance that he has taken, the position that he has taken today to stand up for democracy and defend democracy. Here you are, talking about somebody who you went to school with, sat in the same class. Abbas Bundu is another one. You people destroyed Sierra Leone with the exception of Dr. Samara Kamara, as we're beginning to see. Everybody begins to understand. We understand now. He's the only standout in his generation. You guys have all gone. Very corrupt individual. Abbas Bundu, all it took was for me to read his book. And that was how, there was a division between him and the SLPP Paupas. IB Kargbo, you folks are just useless. You've destroyed our nation. You've destroyed our country. There is nothing that the people are proud of to talk about you. You think you're important, but you are not. You are nothing. You are not important. I'm going very mildly on you because this is the first time. But the next time you go and talk all these kinds of nonsense that you're talking about, I'm going to come at you with a certain level of vehemence that your kids would regret having you as a father. So if your kids are listening to this, I hope they will talk to their father to stay back and stay away. If he cannot stand up to defend democracy, let him shut up and be quiet and stay in his corner. Because the only people that we want to hear from right now are righteous folks that are going to come and stand the test of time. Not IB Kargbo, the sleeping member of parliament, old Ed. Let's continue to listen to him.
Because like my own brother having the presidency. Yeah. But the fact of the matter is that we have these problems confronted.
If he's your brother having the presidency, he already has the presidency. All you have to do is to join him and help him so that you can stand up and use your voice to call the world to say enough is enough. This man won the elections and therefore he has to be reinstated as the president of the Republic of Sierra Leone. That is what you should be doing. Listen to this.
So let we all just try for come together. And this is why we are pleading with him that when he settles down, because I say not in day, you go upline, could he just come to that meeting so that we all can sit down? The elders council, most of them are his men.
Yeah.
We have some people in the elders council who believe in electoral justice. I wouldn't call them names, but then they hide themselves. So he has people there who believe in his doctrine. And
he has people that believe in electoral justice, but you guys are calling him to ask about the way forward. But you believe in electoral justice? If you believe in electoral justice, why are you calling for a meeting to ask the way forward when the man has told you his position? He wants the June 24th, 2023 elections results to be put out there, and he's going to be reinstated as the president. There's an ongoing political transition in Sierra Leone. You guys, all you should do is come on board, join the man, and say, we're going to join Dr. Samar Kamara to demand the results because we want to save the name and the reputation of Sierra Leone.
So we go one way, Cardinal, all sit down. Let we discuss this issue very honestly and frankly. Because I know we believe about say the Marabio, they can come on power. I've been in governance for long, and I know the processes.
He's been in governance for long, and you know the processes. What is the process of somebody coming or leaving power? Is it not the votes of the people? When I see that old party, I wouldn't get on, brain it on fried and feel it and still get some sense of intelligence. What is the processes involved in governance? It takes rocket scientists to understand the processes involved in governance. It's elections. People vote their leaders. They elect their leaders. And the people went out to vote on June 24, 2023. And the election was stolen. Till this day, we don't have the disaggregated data. What is IB Kargbo talking about? So don't listen to him. Let's finish this in statement about, the processes. You see these stupid idiots? Let's listen to him.
Body for be president. We know which the other side it will make Marabio come on power. And I want to.
Really? We'll not reach that side yet? He says he knows what it takes to be president. He says we'll not reach it for let Marabio come on power. You see how sold out these people are? You see how you see people like IB Kargbos, if you check their generation good, if you're not careful, then going back their bloodlines, these were the ones that actually sold their brothers and sisters into slavery. How can this man utter such a statement to say we not reach that side here, Usai Marabio for come on power? When it's very clear, it's manifestingly clear. IB Kargbo, you picking them where you born. I believe said in the series video, they didn't ask Cuba, where is the results of that election? People go vote. That's democracy. The people vote so that they can elect their leaders. Where do these people sum up this gumption and this courage to come out here and make these kinds of terrible statements where IB Kargbo makes on air? But again, I don't blame them. They feel this salon people stupid. So you bring your own stupidity for Canada and they think and say the people would fall for this bullshit and nonsense that he's spewing, this garbage where they pull out of your mouth. The people go vote, they remove the man they stubborn, they sit down, they say no, they come on power. They say what the result, they say no day. American ambassador say result no day. But the APC get the RRF forms them. The results reconciliation forms that shows that the APC won the elections with 71% of the RRF forms proving that Dr. Makma had 57.15%. Whilst Marabio only has 39.80%. It is clear. IB Kargbo knows these things, but these guys have compromised their integrity because he has no values, he has no stance, he has no position. They don't believe in humanity. They didn't destroy the country, these guys. They destroyed Sierra Leone up until this day, and it continues to destroy Sierra Leone. Let's listen to this.
Be honest to myself. I have to be honest to the public. Love all and the fact. Because for next, you see, people that they misunderstand. They talk about ECOMOG. Talk about ECOMOG and talk about, Johnny Paul tried ECOMOG. But it's not possible. It's not the same scenario. And this man is recognized by the international community. A president, a man who goes to the executives, who goes to the Security Council, who goes to the Commonwealth meetings, who goes all over the world, who is received by the King of the United Kingdom, who is received,
You see the foolishness? This is what they want people to believe. We know that the international community are just as crooked. They're inviting this man, we accept. Some of these places he's not even invited. Yes, he's going to all of these places. Does that mean he's legitimate? No. But if we have a co-opted opposition like this idiot, IB Kargbo, who should put a stop to all of these meetings that Marabio is being invited to, all he has to do is come out and take an interview, BBC, Al Jazeera, take some serious interview asking for these international partners to stop inviting Marabio to some of these meetings. The nonsense will stop. But no, he's propagating for Marabio. These are the people that are actually propagating the case for Marabio instead of standing up for democracy. So he's coming out to convince the people, thinking the people are stupid, saying that because this man, they attended all of these meetings, that means he's legitimate. No, it lacks legitimacy. He's not recognized. That is why Marabio is the only person that is sitting and acting as an illegal president that did not have an inauguration after the elections. It was sworn in by the corrupt Babatunde Edwards, but it does not have an inauguration. Marabio attend all inaugurations. Liberia, Senegal, Congo, Liberia, Ghana, every inauguration he has attended, but he does not have an inauguration because he's not recognized internationally. But IB Kargbo, instead of these people coming out here to stop Marabi on his track, form, around Dr. Samura Kamara to take a position and say, no, we're not going to accept this. This man is forcing himself on the people of Sierra Leone. He is illegitimate. We do not have the results of the elections. He wouldn't do that, but he's propagating Marabio's message. This is what they're doing. This is how crooked these guys are. So we have to believe that, because Marabio is being invited, that means he's legitimate. No, he lacks legitimacy. He's forcing his way through. That is why Marabio is all over the place talking about sovereignty, sovereignty, sovereignty. Because people like IB Kargbo that should have stopped Marabio in his tracks are the ones that are actually, pushing his message. Let's listen to this idiot.
How can we remove him without him being voted out in an election?
Was Marabio not voted out on the June 24, 2023 elections? The people voted the man out, IB Kargbo. How idiotic can you be? How foolish can you be? I would give you an excuse. I'll give you small pass because you're old. So your brain is malfunctioning. You're not functioning properly. But otherwise, how you go say the man will not vote him out? The man was voted out. Hence the reason ECSL cannot produce the results. Hence the reason the ECS website would show you that Marabio had 1.5 million votes. Samura had 1.3 million votes. That is what you'll see. Because that is what they want us to see. So how dare you, IB Kargbo, to talk like this? This is the uselessness of these people.
Recognized by him. Yes, So now make with the pray to God say, make all this talk about electoral justice, because it also creates danger. Because when you continue to put deadlines, after April 27, Samura can be president. No, June 5, now you can be president.
That is bullshit. These are the guys that are actually pushing the nonsense. Now, they push deadlines for create misinformation across the board. There was never one time that Dr. Samura Kamara or anybody within and around Dr. Samura Kamara's camp come up with a date. They're the ones that are formulating forged documents to put it out there to deceive the world, to say that they will get this narrative, because this is the narrative that he's looking for. So these are the people that are pushing the propaganda and the lies to distort the messaging, so that they go discourage with people to say, you see, we tell now, when it's April 27, they can reinstate the man. Look, I also April 27 don't pass, so because they want to continue to confuse the Sierra Leonean. But the Sierra Leonean people understand that these guys are the ones playing these foolish games. The people of Sierra Leone believe in electoral justice, and they believe that when they vote, their votes should be counted and it should be reflected on the outcome of the elections. And they know the elections results have not been made available. So the people are aware. Sierra Leoneans are cognitive of this fact. So IB Kargbo, these are the guys that are pushing this fake propaganda and these fake lies to deceive our people. You see what he's doing now? He's exposing himself, because they are the ones that set the deadlines. There was not one time. Let them produce the evidence. They concocted forged documents. Made it seem like as if it was ECOWAS. They're the ones who did all of that. Not one time did Dr. Samura Kamara tell anybody that there is a date for his reinstatement and his inauguration in that country. Not one time. The only thing he's telling us is that there is works going on in the background, and definitely it's only a matter of time. But he's going to be reinstated as the president. That is what Dr. Samura Kamara has said all this time. Now then, why they push the propaganda and the lies? Let's listen to this idiot.
You make sure, say, even the credibility they surround our campaign is being lost. Because when I see, but tell the people.
You see, it says the credibility surrounding our campaign. It does not say our campaign. Electoral justice is a fight that should be involved. Everybody in the opposition should be involved. This man should believe in electoral justice. What is the electoral justice? Produce the results of the June 24, 2023 elections. Show the people of Sierra Leone who won the elections. We need the disaggregated data. This should be a fight that IB Kargbo should be a part of to fight. But no, it says, your campaign. It's not even talking about, the fact that as a Sierra Leonean, he had to be ashamed of himself. He had to be ashamed of himself and his generation said unborn. And for be ashamed of him picking himself where he born. For let's sit down in this country where he sits and tell people that elections don't matter anymore. Because that's what he's saying here. That the votes of the people do not matter anymore. It is only those in power that can determine who wins an election and not the votes of the people. Because if IB Kargbo cannot take a position to defend our votes and defend the democracy in Sierra Leone, he's actually saying democracy is dead in itself. These are the idiots that have ruined our country for so many years. Because they've never had a value, he has never had any principles, he has never had any integrity to stand on. These are the useless idiots that we have that have steered the ship in Sierra Leone and destroyed our country. Listen to this.
Truth. Me believe say Samura Kamara is being used by some people.
It says Dr. Samura Kamara is being used by some people. This is very disrespectful, first of all, for this man to tell Dr. Samura Kamara that he's being used by some people. Very disrespectful. And he said that possibly in senior class he respect him and all of that. When I see Dr. Samura Kamara like somebody, anybody they use, the man has a thing on his own. If anybody be the user, it would have been you guys, IB Kargbo. But it don't listen to Una. It don't deject Una. He say, I'm not going to listen to you guys. I'm going to stand on my own if that's what it takes. It make him very clear. It's if I go die for democracy in Sierra Leone, go die for democracy in Sierra Leone. So, no, IB Kargbo, shut the hell up, old man. When I bring them down there out of times, you feel say you're in the 60s, 70s, but no, we're living in the 21st century. This is the fourth industrial revolution. That big disrespect is for tell Dr. Samura Kamara say people are user. Very disrespectful in itself. Let's listen to this.
Right? Samura is a very honest man. I've known him for a lifetime. And I know how he communicates. And I know that he has confidence in people. But sometimes people can betray that kind of confidence.
Okay.
So may I just believe, say, Samura would find time to think seriously, to know that even if he becomes president, not to now, because the internal community, the tripartite, these are the issues were not addressed.
Yeah. He said Dr. Samura Kamara not to now he go be president. Now stem. He said the tripartite don't address the issues. These are the idiots that we have. These are the idiots. Let us listen to Dr. Samura Kamara here real quick.
They are because, like, it prevents so many other things where people go do as a result of, like, when they've been pushed to the wall. With all of these things, I know you've addressed ECOWAS. How do you think this whole electoral justice, the plan for the people to succeed? Because, like, at least you make mention, say, there is no way you're going to call the people out because you feel like the people are not protected if they come out. So what is the plan for the people, for the restoration of this democracy will not be stolen from the people? What is the plan for this electoral justice, Doctor?
Right. So now we talk about the role of the international community, not so.
Yes.
The one who get the pivotal role today for Sierra Leone in the Sierra Leone situation, now ECOWAS.
Yeah.
ECOWAS, he always take leadership. When ECOWAS take leadership and action, ECOWAS will be supported by all the other institutions, financially, logistically, you name it. We are asking, they ask ECOWAS for undertake an urgent review of the 2023 election data now. That alone, for let you ascertain the results are credible.
Yeah.
If we don't do that one, then Samura Kamara win, so be it.
Yes.
If na Leone win, so be it. The people are ready to accept.
Yes.
You understand? They're ready to accept. In the absence of that, it's difficult to judge the mood of the people.
Okay.
Sometimes when people are angry, they reach to a limit, you don't know their actions. They cannot even wait to be led by anybody. And for Sierra Leone, we don't get this stigma of killings. What happened in this 11 years war? Unnecessarily. We kill ourselves no more. Lost lives. People ran away. Today, the number of people that are living Sierra Leone, a plenty.
Oh, yes.
A plenty. They live in this country because of the satisfaction. And if this thing continue, nobody will stand up there and tell the people, vote for me. What message are you going to give to the people? They will lose confidence in democracy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Confidence. And what else will they do? You and I will not know. You not go know, me not go know. What you don't want is another bloodshed in Sierra Leone. Another bloodshed in Sierra Leone. You don't want that. We don't suffer a lot. 11 years. Unnecessarily. Say today we not able to heal the wounds. The reports we come out. We not able to look at. We not able to look the reports. Reverend Humper, their own report. Say today. So we have a lot of reference material for us to correct this thing ourselves. But you need strong leadership. You need strong leadership. All the reforms that we put in at the tripartite committee, they were there, 102 recommendations by the EU.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's nothing new.
They mean
Yeah.
there. So now just cut and
Yeah.
paste with small modification or extension sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, Doc, I know what you get for do after this today for call ECOWAS. You go write letter to ECOWAS, you go do another.
Guys, I really wanted to share this with you because people like IB Kargbo should understand that it's folks like myself. We're on the battlefront. Sierra Leone is going to be protected. Our reputation is going to be protected. You know, I want you guys to listen to this same IB Kargbo. Again, like I said, IB Kargbo, the sleeper. This was him in parliament. This is all they were good for when they were in parliament, just sleeping. If you ask IB Kargbo today, there is no legislation that he passed in parliament that has improved the lives of Sierra Leoneans. When he was Minister of Information, there is nothing he has to show. These guys have nothing to show. All they've done is reap and reap and reap from Sierra Leone and destroy the country. This was him in parliament, constituency 030, MP, IB Kargbo, sleeping in Sierra Leone. This is all they have been doing. Very unserious people. But this is what we have because the people of the nation don't tolerate this nonsense because there was no education. Civic education was missing. But now that they are awakening, we need to sensitize and educate them on the responsibilities we themselves get as citizens, because for a country for move forward, that the people get to be informed and educated enough civically first. If the nation is not civically educated and the people fail to accept them, it's going to be very difficult to fight the good fight. And that is why we've been fighting over the past 5-6 years. You know, myself, Cashbox, Comrade Koita, good people on social media. We've been fighting this good fight with Brother People's Power, right? Fighting this good fight over the past 5-6 years to raise the level of awareness and, for the citizens to understand that you have to hold your leaders accountable. You have to hold them accountable. And that is what we've successfully done. But this is IB Kargbo. So what do I expect from people like this? Very unserious individuals. No level of seriousness. Let me show you the first interview with this guy do just after the elections, where I be a recorder. It was I don't know how I do this, but when I listen to this, it shows how then guys they are thinking, how they operate. I want us to listen to this together. Listen to this.
Whether we like it or not, Salou is in a state of crisis. Principally because a good number of people, including the main opposition party, refused to accept the outcome of the elections. And for some of us who are citizens of this country, it is very, very worrisome. We are aware of the fact that many of the countries that are in a state of crisis at the moment in Africa are countries which had electoral problems. And those electoral problems exploded into crisis.
Okay.
And therefore, in some countries, you now have civil wars
Okay.
as a result of the outcome of elections.
Okay.
We really do not want that kind of a thing to happen in this country.
All right.
Some of you remember that when I convened a press conference deliberately before the elections, it was to plead with the society, it's to plead with journalists and people in Sierra Leone for us to avoid irregularities at elections.
Okay.
We also wanted to preach to the public about the need for us to promote safe and acceptable elections, non-violence elections.
Okay.
But for some reason or the other, we simply have not succeeded.
Okay. Why?
In convincing the institutions that are in charge of elections to promote the whole concept of good governance.
Okay.
Remember, I listed down the state institutions that are very pivotal to proper elections. We said that the Electoral Commission itself should be seen as a very paramount entity to to make sure that there is no crisis as a result of the outcome of an election.
Okay.
We noted it at Bintumani.
Okay.
And we also said that the police force should promote good governance
Okay.
and should set good examples.
Okay.
We also mentioned other institutions.
Okay.
But my greatest concern is that even though at the moment we see quite a number of civil societies preaching peace, reconciliation, etc., etc.,
Uh-huh.
these were the same institutions that did not take any action
Uh-huh.
when things were going wrong in this country.
Okay.
For you to be able to be credible, a credible institution,
Right.
when you have crises like this one, you should be seen to be neutral and
Okay.
objective. But a good number of the members of the public do not see some of these institutions as neutral, as
Okay.
objective, because they had taken political sides earlier on.
Okay.
Now, we believe that a new set of people should appear and begin to preach the concept of peace.
Okay.
Then they will be accepted.
Okay.
But anybody who had taken political sides
Okay.
and who was seen to be part of the process of running the governance structure,
Right.
even if under the table, cannot be a credible person now.
Okay.
So we are very, very concerned about that.
Okay.
But the important thing is that if the All People's Congress Party insists that that party would not take part in the governance system in the country, the implications are many and very, very dangerous. In the first place,
You guys, this was after the elections when APC members of parliament decided, the APC as a political party, members of parliament stayed away, councillors stayed away. This was that moment. You see how he started off calling out the civil society activists. They were not doing what they were supposed to do, and how rigged elections could lead to war and this and that. And then you see how he ended the conversation, because that was the compromise right there. Oh, APC should be part of the governance. It is very dangerous for the APC to sit out and sit away instead of taking a position. These are the corrupt individuals that we have. This old Ed. These people are criminals. These people are thieves. This is what we've been dealing with. But like I said again, this is IB Kargbo. All they do is sleep in parliament. Does not have anything sensible or legislation to share with us. I see a long comments here by civil servants of Sierra Leone. Let me see if I have a place for this. Okay. Civil servants of Sierra Leone. This is a very long. Whew. Okay, let me. All right, let me put this here. Whew, this is long. Ooh-wee. All right, civil servants. Whew. Bruh. Okay, let me do it this way. I really want to see what it is. It says, traditionally, the post of development secretary is held by someone who has risen through the ranks of often entering the civil service. Wow. This is, this comment is so, let me read it from here. Civil service pathway. I'm just going to read it from here. Civil service pathway from cadet to permanent secretary. Oh, okay, this person is trying to tell us something. Traditionally, the post of development secretary is held by someone who has risen through the ranks, often entering the civil service as a cadet, serving as a principal economist or planning officer, and moving through successive roles until attaining the permanent secretary rank. This progression ensures that the individual understands both the policy context and operational demands of the civil service. It reinforces accountability, institutional memory and continuity. appointing someone from outside the system who has not undergone the technical grooming, evaluations, or service-based progression not only bypasses the meritocratic ladder, but also signals to thousands of career civil servants that their dedication and long-term service might count for little in the face of political connections or presidential discretion. Damaging civil service morale and professionalism. This decision sets a damaging precedent that could ripple across the service. I wish this person would just go straight to the point and tell me exactly what it is. Conclusion: the role of development secretary must remain a technical, non-political. Okay. Anyways, this live was about IB. Thank you for sharing this. This person sharing this thing with me here. I hope the merger of two ministries under the former APC government is outline planning and development priorities, and this looks like a good read, guys. I recommend you guys read this comment on this person. But I just want to share this with you. It's a long day. I had to go. I have to go. It's 8:09 now, as you guys can see here. But bye-bye, everybody. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Lord, continue to speak up and protect our democracy. We have a responsibility to, and I think we're doing the right thing. Also, I was going to share, the post of Joseph Skridlik. If you guys are on Twitter, I wanted to share this with you. I think I retweeted that post, or I made a comment underneath that post by Joseph Skridlik. Let me see, Joseph. Yes, right here. Let me show you guys this, brother. These are the guys that uncovered the Fatima Bio situation. So this is Joseph Skridlik, okay? And yeah. So this is the post that he put out today. Let's open it up here. Actually, let me give you guys a bigger screen so we can all see this together. All right. So again, this is Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project. So Joseph put out this video. Let's listen to this video real quick.
He told me he didn't, but a couple of months later,
listen to this.
I'm a journalist, and I've been reporting. I'm a journalist.
But before I play the video, you guys, I want to give you guys context. So, Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project. Journalist Joseph Skridlik, exposed the luxury property portfolio of Sierra Leone's First Lady Fatima Bio. But despite the anger it's triggered, Bio has said she owes no explanation about the real estate, she and the family own. Now, Joseph takes you behind the scenes of the story. This is very important. I want you guys to really see this and understand exactly what it is. This is the back end of the story that you guys were not privy to, and I want us all to listen to this together so you guys would see exactly what it is. I want us to listen to this, okay? All right, let us listen to this together, and we'll take it from there. Okay. Let's see. All right. Let's see this. Okay. All right, guys. Let's read it. Let's watch this video together. I want you guys to watch this, and after this, I'll go. But listen to this video by Joseph Skridlik. Let me adjust the screen a little bit. Okay. This is how Joseph Skridlik went about the investigations. This is very important. It's only on Twitter. You guys are seeing it here for the first time. Listen attentively how he uncovered the Fatima Bio property. Remember, again, these guys are white guys. These guys have no business with, helping us as Africans. But they say, you know what, we want to help Africans. Let us appreciate that work, okay? Go follow him on Twitter. Follow the OCCRP on Twitter. Listen to this video. Listen to this video. Very insightful and impactful. Listen to this video. Let me adjust the screen properly. Okay, listen together.
I'm a journalist, and I've been reporting from West Africa for over 2 years, covering political issues, economic issues, environmental issues, rights abuses in the mining sector, and conducting investigations into various types of crime and corruption. Early last year, I was on a call with a friend of mine from the Gambia, and among many other things, I asked him whether he heard anything about the First Lady of Sierra Leone buying houses in the Gambia. He told me he didn't, But a couple of months later, he called me. I've just seen a crowd welcoming the president of Sierra Leone and the first lady after they arrived in the Gambia. So he followed the crowd, and the crowd proceeded to a luxury villa, and the president and the first lady entered. So he asked the neighbors what was going on, and they told him that the first lady was the owner, and then she also owned another massive villa around the corner. So I thought this was an interesting lead. Decided to take the risk, came to the Gambia to find out more. The story took me almost a year to finish, and its findings are supported by sales documents. That's for the purchases of specific properties, showing either the first lady's name or the names of her family members. There are also tax records, land ownership records, and the story was read and reviewed by 5 different editors independently of each other, and also subjected to relentless and merciless fact check, where every single claim made in the story was thoroughly examined. The first lady's claim that I was sent to investigate her by Koido Limited was a super weak response, especially given the fact that the story was started way before she had any dispute with the mining company. What I think is notable here is that the first lady has never decisively denied owning the properties, and she's also yet to explain where the money came from.
All right. Yes, so I wanted you guys to see that, okay? It's on Twitter. A lot of Sierra Leoneans would miss this. That's why I brought it to you. But I'm going to let you guys go. Have a nice evening and have a good evening. And share, okay? All right. Thank you all my brothers that made some serious comments here. It says, do you know we already have 2... matter of fact, I'll talk about this some other time. But the reason why now we know why they postponed the census. This is what they were doing in the background. But thank you, Musa Kamara, for this. But just in case, again, that's why they postponed the census, which I give a shit at this point. All I know is Dr. Samara Kamara is the rightful winner of the elections, and there's an ongoing political transition, and that is my focus. Census, no census, all that bullshit. I'm not even wasting my time. But this is why they postponed the census, because they were working on redistricting and planning and doing all this nonsense that they're doing. Bye-bye, everybody.